button. Hold the line.
Hold the line. Hey, y'all. We here. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to be.
How you gonna do it? Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on.
We trying to figure out how to put the live on IG.
You are now live. Okay.
We live?
I wonder what this is. Oh, that's not the right one. That switches the camera view.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be interesting. People may have to watch like that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Because, IG only goes... it's supposed to be a way you can share.
I wonder what this is. Oh, that's not the...
Okay, now how you share? Oh, share. You're supposed to be able to share. Share.
That says share to group.
I'm going to share to a group. I'm going to share. There you go. Where am I sharing? I don't know what I'm sharing. Share. Doggone it. I don't know how to share it. Y'all know how to share?
Who are you trying to share it to?
I was trying to share it to my Tanja page.
To your regular Tanja?
My regular Tanja. The normal Tanja. The same Tanja. Normal-ish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Okay. You did it?
Mm-hmm.
How you did it?
Okay. See, when you push share,
yes,
you do write post. And you can either type something in or not. And then you push the post button.
Shut your mouth.
Yes, but I already did it. So don't do it again.
Don't do it again. All right. Okay. Well, we are here live once again. We the Lord laid on our heart to come back out, be a presence again, and so that we can present the opportunity to reach the young ladies that we are called to. And that's what these lives are about. We believe that we feel like anything you hear us teaching on here, because they're going to be different topics, whatever he gives us for that week, that's what we're going to talk about. And we'll put it in the announcement, but it'll be here at 1:00 every Saturday. We just may not know what specifics are yet until he gives it to us. But whatever it is, it's going to be, it should fall in the category of self-awareness. How well do you know yourself? That's self-awareness. And then for these young ladies, it'll fall in the category for self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? Are you speaking what God has said about you, or are you speaking what you have allowed the enemy to get through to your mind, get through to your thoughts? What are you saying to yourself? That's self-talk. Or it will fall in the category of self-love. How are you taking care of yourself? How are you allowing yourself to love you? Because you got to love you before you can truly love someone else. So how are you allowing yourself to love you? And do you even feel like you're worthy of being loved? So it's those areas that we're going to be touching on. Another one is forgiveness. We could spend 100 years on that one and never have enough, never be finished. But forgiveness is key to a lot of deliverance. Forgiveness is key to all your other areas. Forgiveness, highly, 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 extremely important. You want to say something?
No.
Okay. You were looking at me so intense. Now here's our disclaimer. You're going to see me doing this because we trying to include Instagram in this at this time, but we're not quite right. We're not quite sure we got that.
I wonder what
right
this one is. I feel so, like Didi from Dexter's Laboratory. Ew, what does this button do?
Okay, yeah.
There's one that shaped like a camera. Oh, it turns the camera off. Well then.
Don't want that one, do we?
No.
Okay. So our disclaimer is that all of our teachings, all of our teachings and our talks here.
Capital A, capital L, capital L.
Yes, all of them. All of them here will be, how did I put that? Because I want to make sure I cover all
Will
based,
be rooted, yeah,
based and rooted in Christian faith-based principles. You hear me? Christian faith-based principles. So now that means our core belief is we believe in Jesus as Lord. He died for our sins. He was raised on the third day, went back to heaven, all power in his hands. He was God's redemption plan for humanity, to draw humanity back to him after the fall in the garden. We believe all of that. So if that is not your faith, this may not be the 30 minutes for you. But if that's where you are, or if you're not even sure, you may want to stick around and listen, because we believe what we believe, and we believe we have the foundation and the principles and basis and proof for what we believe. So we want to put that disclaimer out there that all of our teachings are based on faith-based principles. Our mandate is to wake the sleeping army. Everything we do is centered around that mandate. Chaste area, even though it's a specific area, working with young women, choosing to wait until they're married and living their best life while they're doing it, is centered around waking the sleeping army. Falls under that umbrella. My area, which is working with young women to find their true identity and discover their purpose in God, that's centered under waking the sleeping army. So everything we do is about waking that sleeping army. It's what we do, is who we are in him. So that's our mandate, and everything we do will be centered around that mandate. This live is just one of the ways that we're going forward to do that. We're going to be here we purpose them about 30 minutes. We're laughing because I'll get talkative sometime, and
sometimes
we'll go over, but I will be sticking to the protocol this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will. So we'll be doing that, and we'll cut it off about 1:30. If we have not finished that topic, we'll just stretch it over to the next week, because I want to be very time conscious, because it's a Saturday. You don't have to be here. Those of you that will be watching the replay, 30 minutes of your time, you can listen in the car. You can, take a few minutes and sit over on the side somewhere, step down somewhere and listen, and whatever way. But we're here to help those young ladies get better, to help those young ladies find and discover and live their best life. Because Jesus said, I came that you might have life and that you may have it more abundantly. If you're going to have that life more abundantly, you have to know what that is. What does that entail, and what does that look like for you? And in our businesses, that's what we do. We help you discover what that looks like for you. But here we just want to be value. We want to be of value to you. We want you to come and glean and get what you need, so that you can start that process of becoming all that God desires you to be. So
becoming your best self.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're here to help you reach your best self, mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. So I deal with in what I do in my coaching, I deal with the mind a lot. That's pretty much what God and I do. We do with those daughters. I call them daughters that we work with, because they're his. And I don't call them clients. I call them daughters. So those daughters that I work with, we deal with the mind a lot, because Jesus said, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. So once you allow and let your mind be in Jesus, he came that you might have life. You're going to see that life. You're going to see the abundancy of it, and you're going to have the confidence to walk in it. And it kicks off there. And as far as Ashley's area, it came life and life more abundantly. She has she has an area where she teaches young ladies to cook. I help them. I will be the test taker. I'm the official test taker.
You mean taste tester?
Taste tester. That's what I am. That's what I am. When she cooked those delicious meals, I come on in there and I taste and I let them know if they did good or not. But we'll talk more about that at the end. I'm gonna try not to let Mama T come out because this is T Lyn and Chaste. It's not Mama T and Chaste. But Ashley says it's only a character if it's not really who you are. How you say that?
It says only an alter ego if that's not who you are on a daily basis.
I laugh every time she says that because it's so true. It's so true. I can't even deny
A
it.
lot of people think it's a character. I'm like, I grew up with this. Me and my sisters, we grew up with this. So
Yeah. You may get her mindset, but I'm gonna be in my T Lyn voice. I'm gonna try to maintain that. So anyway, I'm T Lyn, and I work with young women whose focus is more on I think I just told you that, building a relationship with God, okay? And Ashley meets with young ladies during desiring to be married and need support in that waiting. Do you kind of want to tell them a little bit, or you want to save it to the end?
I mean, we can save it to the end because we're 11 minutes in and we ain't talking about nothing yet.
Really? All right, let's start talking about something. Okay, today we want to focus briefly on the power of your story. I'm a writer, I'm an author, I'm a poet, and I'm a teacher. So I'm a teacher by calling, teacher by trade. So your story, and I have a thing for writing, I have a thing for stories because of that. And the power of your story, we base that on Revelations 12. Your story. Did I already? I don't need that. Revelations 12 and 11. We're not going to be here long.
Keep telling yourself that. You know, Revelation's at the very end.
12 and 11. All right. You want to read it?
Sure.
I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Yes. Revelations 12 and 11. And they defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony. Well, that's part one. You want me to read the whole thing?
You can read the whole thing, but I want you to go back to the part.
Okay.
One.
And they have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony. And they did not love their lives so much that they were afraid to die.
Okay. And don't let that latter part scare you. Afraid to die. You're dying when you give your life to Christ. A lot of your dying is going to be giving up your old ways, dying to your old ways and your old self and your old way of thinking. That's going to be a lot of your dying, which can be very difficult when you just use that's just the way I am. That's just the way I am. And God comes in and he starts peeling off that part of you, and he starts purging and renewing and resetting. And
I think he's still working on my rebellious streak.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm still rebellious.
You're so honest.
It's only in certain areas though, and at certain moments, but
you know when I see it,
there.
I know it's still there. You know when I see it? And it's the little thing. Even in that little thing, I know it's still there. Like I'll tell her, she'll do something, and I'll say, "Don't touch me," and she'll go like that. That is rebellion. Yeah, she'll do it, and and it's little things like that. And I say, oh, she's so rebellious. She's so rambunctious. She's so rebellious. Yeah. So it can be little things like that, and so. He's still working on hers, and you're working on your tone too. I used to think you were just the sweetest little thing.
I am. Sweeter than a sugar cookie.
So that's go back to the first one, really all of it, because I ended up talking about the latter part now. Yeah. So read it again.
Yeah. And they have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony. And they did not love their lives so much that they were afraid to die.
All right. So, like we said, that dying in a large sense is going to be you dying to that old self, dying to your old ways. Now, the first part of that The first part is they overcame. You overcome by your testimony, the power of your testimony. There's power in your testimony. What is a testimony? Testimony is your story. It's your story. What is your story? Do you know your story? Do you know what God is doing in your life? Because when someone says, come to you and say, what's your story? What will you begin to tell them? I don't know. Or my story is I used to do this, this, and that, and now this, and that, and this, and that, and your story. So if you don't know what your story is yet, your all of your experiences make up your story. All of your experiences. God doesn't waste anything, but your experiences does not start becoming or do not start becoming a story until you give that life over to God, until you give that life over to Jesus Christ. That's when he begins to take all of those experiences and begin to weave them together to create a beautiful tapestry of a story. Doesn't that sound poetic? Oh, that sounds so nice. But that's how it works. That's how it works. All of your experiences, no matter how, all the good things that happen, even all the bad things that happen, because word says God will cause all things to work together for your good. So he wastes nothing. He wastes nothing. He's a creator. So he can take, you know how people can go to a junkyard and find something and then they could do something with it with their hands or whatever they do. And in their mind, they say, oh, I can make this out of this. And they come out with a beautiful product or of something that is just gorgeous. Or now my sister-in-law is real good at this, can go to a Goodwill where people have discarded their clothes and their shoes and their furniture and their whatever, and can go in there and with the mind and the eye that God has given her, she can go in there and she can find beautiful stuff up in there that somebody else discarded, but it's beautiful. To someone else, it's a treasure. To someone else, it's a gift. I still got stuff she's gifted me out of her Goodwill trips. One of them was in the video.
Or like, dude, Dad.
Yes.
His stuff doesn't always look beautiful, but it's like it's amazing.
Practical.
Yeah, the practicality, the creativity, and his kids like they be having like a blast, like they don't care. It's like, yay, Daddy made it, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I love watching his videos. They are very entertaining. Oh, especially when he pretends to be other people.
But you know what I love about practical stuff? I love practical stuff because it's every day. It's not fancy, but it's useful. It's very useful. Mm-hmm. So I love that, and I believe that's how God used me. How he's built my teaching in me, because my teaching is very practical, and because stuff has to make sense to me. Mm-hmm. So when I teach it, that's the way I teach it, and I'm a visual learner. So you'll hear me say, I don't see it. I don't see it, and I'll say that because I need to see that picture of what you're saying in my head. That's where my comprehension comes from.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that you can kind of tell what type. Now you're gonna see my teacher coming out here. You can tell what kind of learner you have, because if you trying to explain something to them, especially if it's written, and they may say, "Oh, read it to me." If it has to be different cases, but if it's something you say, "Ooh, listen at this," and you start reading it, and afterwards they say, "Let me see," and they gotta read it themselves. That's not an auditory learner. Like when you were reading that thing to them, they weren't comprehending it that way. They had to read it themselves. Now that's what kind of reader I am. You have different learning styles with reading, and you have different learning styles all together. So you kind of have to know where your niche is, and that's why you have to pay attention to people. You cannot go into, we're gonna be talking about relationships too. You cannot go into a relationship trying to make everybody like you. You're gonna stay frustrated. You have to go into that relationship open enough to learn that person, especially those you young ladies, because we pretty much going to be talking to young ladies. Those young ladies that desire a mate and you desire to be married, it's not all about you, sweetheart. You have to go into that relationship learning, open to learn your gentleman caller. That's my age coming out there. Your gentleman caller. You got to learn. That's what the dating process is about. It's not about hopping in under the sheets and, you know,
It's
doing your
interesting.
thing and all of that. It's your time for research. It's your time to learn him. It's your time to get confirmation. But that's a whole nother lesson.
Doing her dance,
Make a little love. Get down tonight. Yeah, it ain't time for that.
Hey,
It's
guess
too
what,
early.
dear?
What?
You didn't start the timer.
Oh my goodness.
It's 1:20.
So let me make sure I've gotten in 1:20. We're gonna wrap it up.
Okay, yes.
The
power of your story.
The power of your
based
story.
Off of Revelations 12 and 11.
Mhm.
They have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony.
Your testimony has power in it. Your testimony is your story. But your story is your experiences. But your experiences do not start becoming a story until you give it to God, Jesus. That was a good wrap up.
Yeah, girl,
All right.
that was smooth.
All right. God doesn't waste anything. It's not a waste. Nothing you've been through is a waste. Nothing. All right. You and all your mistakes become one of the redeemed of the Lord. The scripture says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. They used to do that in church. Yes, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. When you become one of the redeemed of the Lord, once you give your life to Christ. And then you said something to me the other day that was just powerful.
It's hard for your mistakes to be redeemed without the Redeemer.
I feel like shout. That's a good
without
one.
a Redeemer. Yes, it's hard for your mistakes to be redeemed without a Redeemer.
Yeah.
Redeemer with the capital R.
Yeah.
Because it points to a specific person.
You've got to have the Redeemer. You got
the big guy in the sky.
Big guy. It takes God. It takes God. Somebody prayed for me. So, you know, somebody is prayerfully, somebody is out there praying for you. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to know the Redeemer. So if nobody else is praying for you, I am. It takes the Redeemer. Okay, so we want to, we have some more. We have plenty. We have plenty because we're gonna be here a minute. But it's 20 after, and I want to make sure 23 after. I want to make sure I let you know some things, and we'll be letting you know this ongoing. So if you desire to be coached through the process of building a close relationship with God, you can reach out to me because that's pretty much my area. Coaching you through building a relationship with God. You can reach out to me at Lyn Compositions for a free consultation. And I do free consultations because everybody is not for everybody. That's why you have different churches, you have different pastors. Jesus called 12 disciples. If it didn't take but one person, he would have only had one to pass all that to and send them out there. But he called 12, and really had more than 12. But he called 12. So I need to, that discussion, that first free consultation is to discover if we're a good fit, because I want to be productive. I don't like wasting my time or yours. And I'm not in this. I'm in this because I want to make a difference. I want to do what God has called me to do. And that's wake the sleeping army. And I want to know that I can deliver what I promise. Because we'll sit down and we'll see what our goals are and all of that. But that's in the free consultation. So that's why I do that for free, because I will not sign you up unless I know we're a good fit. So wanted to put that out there. And if you desire to connect with Chaste, you can connect with her because her area, she does small group mentoring to support young ladies desiring to be married and need support in the waiting.
Yes. Who desire to be married, who desire to save themselves for marriage and need support during that waiting process. We have mixers. I'm still trying to think of a name to call them. Gatherings, get-togethers, talks. I don't know.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
Yeah, we're still working on what to call them exactly. But we basically have virtual Zoom meetings every Thursday at 7:00 p.m. It's basically like, support. It's support, it's girl chat, it's accountability, it's a lot of different things. And right now it's Thursdays, but if
as we get the young ladies in, as her young ladies come in, because she likes it to be intimate. If it gets to be too many, then she'll have to create another night, and you'll be in a different cohort of girls.
Yeah.
And but it's a really powerful time. Sometimes I want to go in there and get in their business, but I'm letting them be young ladies,
Mm-hmm.
and they may need to. They talk about stuff that they may not want, a gray head grandma sitting up in there listening to their conversations. But it's like you said, like I told you in the beginning, we are a faith-based Christian. Everything we teach is based on that. So it's not anything in there inappropriate. It's just they get to be transparent. Yeah. And sometimes you don't want an older person sitting up in there when you want to be transparent. Mm-hmm. So that's why that's.
So if you're saving yourself for marriage, like you already made the decision to save yourself for marriage, or you're thinking about it and you're interested in joining these mixers, then you can email me at you can email me chastebychoice@gmail.com, or you can hit me up in my DMs on Instagram at chastebychoice. You can go to my website. I might need to type this stuff in.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna have to put that up there. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll have it together. This is like our getting our feet wet again. And you would think we've never done this before. It's like, okay, what are we doing? So we'll put it in there, and we'll have all the info in for those of you that are considering coming on and getting connected. And I love the cooking part. Like, a lot of these young ladies, y'all gotta learn how to cook. So Chaste does that too. You want to tell them about that cooking area?
Yes, I offer one-on-one personalized cooking lessons.
Yeah,
it's a lesson. Okay. Cooking lessons. I show you how to make a dish, whether it's something that you see on my website that you like and you want to make, or whether it's something that we get together and talk about and, kind of like approve of and stuff like that, because there's certain things that I just don't know how to make, and there's certain things that I don't know how to make because I haven't made it yet. So we'll get together. We're talking about that. Those cooking lessons are $49.95. And if you're interested in that, then go to chastebychoice.com/chaste, all one word.
Yeah. Or if you go to our website, I think it's up in the banner. You can just click whatever area you're interested in. Mm-hmm. What you get for the $49.95, you get one-on-one, and you get to go at your own pace, because I've seen it. You get to go at your own pace. You get one-on-one. It's one recipe, because she want to make sure you get it right from beginning to end. So she doesn't do a whole lot in that one recipe section, and that one Chaste Taste.
We're not about to do a whole soul food.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
you got to build yourself to that
one. Yes.
And the awesome thing I love that you do is, once you go through that first lesson, you take them through that first lesson, then the next time they want to do it on their own, they reach out and let you know, okay, I'm getting ready to make it on my own. And you stand by and make yourself available in case they need to call you. If they get stuck and they need to call you, I've seen you walk them on through the rented. So I thought that was awesome. So you get that, all of that's involved in the $49.95. So if you want to start building your cooking skills,
recipe,
building your. So when you get married and you go into your house, you know you're gonna whip it up and you're gonna burn for your family, not burn for real, but you're gonna burn for your family, for your spouse. So wanted to let you know about that, and definitely did not want to leave without letting you know. For a limited time, I'm offering an autograph copy of my book, Becoming Daddy's Little Girl. And it's the autograph copy because I have a certain amount here. What I do with that is I pray over it. I allow God to speak to me for this purchaser, for this young lady or whoever you purchases it for. And I write in there what I felt like God told me for. So you actually get a prophetic word with it, and then I ship it out to you. So that's a limited time until I run out of the quantity that I have. But Becoming Daddy's Little Girl is the book that will help you overcome rejection, release abandonment, and grow closer to God. It's really a powerful resource. It's not just a one-time read. I love the way Ashley described it. It's like a resource that you're really going to want to go back to over and over again. And if you need to reach out to me and ask me some questions, we need to get on there. What do you mean by this? Feel free. I'm game. I love it. I love it because I love it when young ladies desire and seek God. God said, if you seek me, you will find me. So I want to help you find him. I want to help you find him. So reach out to that. Now that to get the autograph copy, don't go to Amazon because Amazon is Amazon. You can get it on Amazon, but if you want the personalized autograph copy, and it's less, it costs less because it costs more on Amazon. Then you go to my website, tlyncompositions.com, and scroll down and click the book, and it'll actually take you to the daughter's place, but you can order the book there, and I'll get it, and then we'll go from there. You pay for it and you'll go from there. So that's Becoming Daddy's Little Girl. Make sure you sign up on the website of Lyn Compositions. I want you to get in to the put your email in and get into the community so that you can get updates on free resources. Ashley and I are always sitting down coming up with resources that will help you through your challenges of overcoming rejection, releasing abandonment, waiting on God. We have topics up there already. We have to put them up and get them ready. We don't want to overwhelm you, so we put them out like one at a time. We'll do it and then we'll change it out. And then we'll put another one up. We'll change it out. So we want to let you know what's out there for free. So you need to sign up on the website so you can be in the subscription list to be able to do that. We have how to overcome rejection. We have how to increase your confidence. We have how to know he's Mr. Right. That's one. I didn't even have that written down here, but I know that's one as I just saw it. We're always doing workshops. We love workshops because we love teaching daughters what the things they know, what they need to know. I'm even trying to figure out how to teach sewing. I think y'all need to know how to sew because if your husband, if the hem come out or you buy a pair of slacks and it's not hemmed yet, you need to know how to do that. You don't need to pay somebody to do that. That's simple.
Oh, you got rough and tumble kids and there's a
hole
in their pants.
And you just bought that outfit. All you got to do is tack that back up. That's little simple stuff, But I haven't figured that one out yet.
Simple to you.
Threading the needle and all that. So it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to being a whole woman. It's a lot to us. We are very complicated beings, So
I already know I am.
Yeah. So to get
bless that man.
Yes, Lord.
You wouldn't have to agree so hard.
And you definitely want to sign up because we do Shed the Labels workshops. We were going to do one a few weeks ago, but a whole lot started happening and we had to postpone it. But when that comes back up, we want to let you know what's available for you to get involved and take advantage of those resources and those free opportunities for you to start becoming your best self. Becoming your best self. That's pretty much the way to put it. So we're gonna stop there because I'm sure I'm at my 30 minutes.
You're 33 and a half minutes in.
Did it again. All right, so we're gonna close out and we will be back next week at 1:00. We'll be back next week at 1:00, and this is live with Lyn and Chaste. Don't forget the power of your story. There is power in your story.
What?
Oh, I thought she looked like she was slipping something on me. There is power in your story, and that's what we want to make sure that you understand and embrace. That it's important for you to know it and for you to be able to share it with others. All right. So I'm gonna hush, and we will see you next week.